What is up, gang? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. I wanted to break down my free comic book day comic haul from Zapp Comics and A&S Comics from yesterday. Free comic book day. Hope you all got to go out to your local comic shops, support them, and buy a few things, as well as pick up all the great free comic books that have been released. There were a ton of really great ones. I also got to hang out with my good friends Herminio and Phable. If you guys don't know them, they're just gems in the community. They are such great people. I finally was able to meet them in person for the first time, so that was really cool. I'll talk a little bit more about that in this stream. And I have a big box of comics, like I said, of everything that I bought. Zapp Comics, their sale they have every year is well, they do two big ones, but Free Comic Book Day is one of them, where they basically give all half, or all back issue bins and wall books are all half off. So it's crazy. It's a madhouse. There are a ton of people that are lined up there from probably midnight the night before. I know Phable and Herminio and I, we got there at like 6:30-ish. We met up there, and there was a line of about 15 people or so. It wasn't that bad. We were able to get part of the first wave because it's kind of they only let so many people in the store at a time, so you want to try to get within that first wave of customers so that you can obviously get to the books first. But yeah, there's some guys that camp out there. They had their beach chairs, coolers, blankets, kind of like chilling out in the front super early in the morning. So I love the dedication. It's usually a really just a fun time in general, hanging out, standing around. In the past, I've met a lot of new friends that I didn't know or never met before, who were just kind of standing around talking comics while we wait for Zapp Comics to open up. So yeah, it's always a good time. If you guys don't follow Zapp Comics, make sure you do so. I put their information in the description below. I also put the links down below for A&S Comics. They're another local shop to me that are just awesome people. They didn't have any big sales this time around, but of course I wanted to go support them, pick up more free comics for Free Comic Book Day. And I also wanted to show the shops off to Herminio and Phable so that they could check it out as well. So they picked up some gems at both stores. We had a really good time. We went out to lunch afterwards and really just had a blast. So again, it was really a pleasure to meet those two. Finally, I've known them for, I don't know, 5 years or so, basically since the pandemic. So it was really nice to just get to catch up with them for a bit and literally just do what we love doing, which is going and hunting for comic books. So they got the full experience with Zapp Comics and A&S Comics as well. So yeah, like I said, I have a big box that I wanted to kind of run through. I was going to make this like a pre-recorded video, but I figured why not just go live with this? Probably just easiest. So hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday afternoon. It's a bit dreary for us here on the East Coast here in Jersey. So I figured there wasn't much else I was going to be doing anyways. I do need to do some organizing, that's for sure. But besides all that, wanted to just make a quick video for this. So I don't know how long this will be, but yeah, reminder, smash that like button if you haven't already. And I'm just going to get into some of the books here. So I'm going to basically like this size stack times 5-ish, 4 or 5. Yeah, we'll flip through. Let's see, we got my dad in the chat. What's up, Dad? Yeah, free comics can't beat it for Free Comic Book Day. Now, granted, like I said, the books I'm about to share, they had a price to them. They were not part of the free comics, but they were part of Zapp Comics' deal of all their back issue bins being 50% off. So again, that's why a lot of guys, camp out early, because the wall books, you find a $200 or $300 book, you're getting a half price. It's insane. Like it really is, just such a deal. So that's what they're all going after. Luckily, my plan was I went to Zapp on Wednesday to kind of scope out the back issue bins and see what were some of the stuff in the bins that I wanted to see, not just the wall book stuff. And sure enough, I found a ton of stuff. So I'll get to some of that. The Namor section, I went to some Mariner Namor. They had maybe 10 books from Wednesday that I knew I was going to want all of them. And I just hoped that, I was the first one to get there. Sure enough, I ran in there, saw that batch, literally grabbed all 10 and put them in my box. So that was part of my strategy. And I had a few other things too, but yeah, so let me show you guys some stuff. Hey, Candace, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, hope you got some good stuff as well for Free Comic Book Day. I know we were going back and forth about some of the goodies that were going out there. But yeah, so here's some of the books I bought that I purchased. And again, all these, any pricings you see here, they're half off. So this is Miss Marvel, getting really close to completing this run now. This is issue number 13. Just a really, really enjoyable run that I've been collecting now for a while, a good amount. So trying to fill that run. I also got number 21 there that I was missing from before as well. I think I'm down to like 2 or 3 issues altogether that I'm missing from this run. So excited for that. Let's see, I'm gonna have to make a section here where I can kind of leave a pile because this is gonna get really crazy. Bear with me here. Let's see. Let's put all this stuff here. I'll start to make a little pile. Let's see. Marvel 2-in-1. This is issue 62. Just continuing on with collecting this run as well. Yeah, I love everything about all the different artists that are involved with this. I've been reading a lot more Fantastic Four. This has gotten me into wanting to read more of the Thing. And I just like what Marvel was doing at this time, trying to introduce fans to new artists, new creators, and also new characters that you might not have read before. So this is a great way for me to kind of get more involved with that as well. This is Thing and Starhawk. This is issue number 61. So really good stuff there. It definitely reminds me of the Fantastic Four issue, can't remember the name, with him on the cover. Kind of reminds me of an homage to that. This is issue number 60 with Impossible Man. Cool stuff there. I did check out the Marvel Fanfare stuff. So I got this one for $41. Issue 41 for $3, half off at $1.50. But yeah, really just some cool artwork. And again, going through a lot of this stuff, and I'll kind of just hold these up as I go. This is Marvel Comic Presents Excalibur with Lockheed and Widget. I thought this was cool. I just was kind of going wherever the crowd took me. I had a few goals where I wanted to go and actually go to like the S's for Submariner, Superman, Lois Lane stuff is in that area. All the Jimmy Olsen stuff's in that area. And then, I wanted to go towards the M's for the Marvel 2-in-1s and the Marvel team ups. So, naturally, as you're kind of crowded into certain spots, you're kind of just, whatever else is in front of you, you're looking at. So I was able to just, take some time and look at some other sections that I wasn't necessarily planning to buy from, but I found some really great stuff. So here's another Marvel Comics Presents. It was Wolverine number 7. I got number 7 and number 8. So just really, really cool covers here. My guy Wolverine. I mean, I easily could have like bought all these. A lot of these were $1.50. So I got it for 75 cents. Like some of them were just like, I mean, there was a ton of like Colossus team ups and all the different X-Men, all the different mutants. So it was tempting to go through. I was trying to stay focused. I was trying not to need more than one box for the whole thing because they give you a box at the beginning of the event. But yeah, so we're getting into some Wonder Woman stuff here as well. Yeah, Candace, agreed. The Marvel Fanfare stuff is really good. I've enjoyed the few issues that John and I have broken down, the earlier stuff. I feel like they're just a lot of fun. And just there were some really cool covers and team ups that I never saw before. What's the Excalibur series? So Excalibur is an X-Men title that is a branch off of what Claremont was doing back from the Claremont stuff that we're reading from the X-Men. It went into like X Factor and Excalibur and X-Force. So all these different teams kind of submerged from all the original writings that Claremont was doing. And with that, all these X-Men were kind of teamed up in different ways. So Excalibur was one of them. The book I just showed, that was like another kind of side series based on, what was it? Part of the Marvel Comics Presents, which is its own run. So Marvel Comics Presents had done, like I said, these were the Wolverines 7 and 8. This is 37. So these all were just like almost like Marvel team ups or like almost like Marvel fanfares where it was just like they highlighted different characters each time. These, for whatever reason, were very X-Men and Mutant Focus. But there is an actual Excalibur run. If you ever are curious about that, to check that out. The way it takes place in this whole other kind of world. Nightcrawler, I know, is a big focus in it. I've never read it. They did a more recent Nightcrawler or Excalibur run. So it's really cool to check out. I got a guest backstage. Let me get my headphones on here. Make sure my audio's been working this whole time. My man Stevie in the chat, Conlon, dude.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Not bad. I just saw your message. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing. I was just watching the Mets game. I'm like, I'll jump on for a little bit, talk some free comic book day.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. If you have some stuff, I'd love to see it too, man.
Yeah. I grabbed some stuff from Zapp yesterday and my local shop, the Comic Crypt, which is close to me. So I grabbed a couple.
Oh, you made it to the other Zapp, the in Manalapan?
Yeah.
Did you go to?
I was at Zapp in Manalapan, and then they opened super early, so I go there first, and then my shop opens up around noon, a little bit before. So then I go there. So.
Nice. I knew you were out and about. So that's cool.
In past years, I've gone to shops south of me, but I was just too tired yesterday. It wasn't happening.
Hey, you were on a late stream the night before, so I get
exactly. I'll blame Phable, which is fitting. So
there you go. It is very fitting. Let's see. We got my man John from John's Comics with Kids in the chat. What's up, John? Yeah, I sent him the link as well. I said he was out shopping, but yeah, it looks like some good. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, Candace, these were some really good deals for sure. My dad was saying Charles Vest and Nails, another great cover. Yeah, I feel like every time I see his covers, I feel like it's something I got to add to the collection. So we were just talking about Excalibur, Stevie. I don't know if you've read anything from the Excalibur runs from.
I have most of the Excalibur run. I actually got in a collection I got a long time ago. So
wow, okay, cool. Yeah,
and I'm a huge Nightcrawler fan, so I love that series.
Yeah, and that's a great way to get more into his story. And I know, like Betsy, who's it? What's her last name?
Braddock.
It's like her part of her run and stuff like that. It's a little wonky, Candace. It goes out there. It's in the other realm or whatever you call that.
You get some good dynamics. So I love the dynamic between Kitty and Rachel Summers.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I love that storyline. And then Captain Britain and Polaris, I think. Spacing on who the.
I know there's a few other girls, like female characters. I don't know them that well.
It's not Polaris. I can't remember who it is. Mm-hmm. But that's another cool. I haven't read it in a long time, but
yeah,
it's a fun series.
Yep. My man Perry's in the chat. What's going on, Perry? So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going here. I got some Wonder Woman stuff. I'm always trying to get the Bolin stuff. So
very nice.
I have to go back through and start using that CLZ app and figure out which ones I'm missing now, because I feel like I'm very close to having everything. But that's 76. I got number 95 there. Another cool one. Brian Bolin just killing it. Oh, and 96. This one I didn't have. So nice Joker cover.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's got a bomb strapped to him, alarm going off. I'd be terrified. This guy was going off here. But yeah, those were good. Stevie, I was definitely, had some Transformers and Void Rivals on my mind. So I went to those sections just to see what I could find. And this was a reprint of issue 1. I know there's like 10 different, reprints.
Yeah, they are cranking out so many of the issue 1s. I forget.
Oh, big time. I'm like, I want to get like the first prints of everything now. That's my goal. And it's hard to find, man. I'll tell you, I know reprints, there's just so many, but they are definitely hard to find. I feel like I'm going to have to go on like eBay or something, which I hate going on eBay. I really try not to use eBay for anything, but anyway, so
yeah. I'll keep an eye out for some of the first prints too. I can always
let me know. Yeah. If you see any or come across any sales online or anything, let me know. For those who don't know, I've been on a massive Void Rivals and Transformers kick recently, and now even getting into some of the G.I. Joe stuff. Did I bring my Duke down? I didn't bring Duke. I have a few trades that I picked up too. Stevie, you'll be proud. But so that was that. I did get some Bill Sienkiewicz Moon Knight, which at this point, I don't collect Moon Knight initially, but this is Norin. Norum down here. He did a lot with the Conan covers and the magazine covers.
You can tell that painted style.
Yeah. It's really neat. But But I was right in the I was saying before, I was in the M's for a while because I was kind of stuck there. So I'm like, all right, let me look at Moon Knight. Like I got it in front of me, and so I found some of these that I was like, all right,
yeah. Sometimes on these days, like you have to go where you can fit, and you just kind of get stuck in front of something. I'm like, oh, I might as well look through this.
Exactly, it's a strategy. It's a strategy. Here's all the New Mutant stuff, and I'll kind of I don't know if these kind of got a little shuffled up here. Yeah, they did. But I shared this earlier, or at least I shared like a little bit of a video of some of the stuff. But I did find, I've said this before. Anytime I find 18, 19, or 20, I am buying these. These were a newsstand too. I was like, ooh, like look at that little extra. At least the first, this one newsstand. Oh no, this one's not. But the other two are newsstand, and they're nice, really nice condition. And I mean, the great thing with this run is they're all cheap to begin with for the most part, other than a few of the keys. And even the keys are not like expensive, but these were all $3, $8, $4. So I got these all half off, which was great. I have a couple of these now. I think I'm going to do like a little bit during our giveaway for Omni X-Men. I think a batch like this would be cool. For the chat, whoever's in the chat that night,
absolutely,
some of that stuff. And then I did find this one I think I was missing as a newsstand. So this is issue 17 there.
I think that's the highly regarded best cover of the run so far.
Yeah.
I would love that cover.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When we got to this one, we were all like, here's Kitty Pryde. Got that one, another news. I think I have like
I love the Danny on that cover.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
she's
good
like
call.
Just pointing at Kitty.
Yeah, so absolutely. Great. That's a good call. This was a fun one when they were in Nova Roma, and trying to fight for their lives there. They had to have Sam and Roberto battling it out. So I found that one with a newsy. This one, these are earlier. A lot of these are this is issue 6 here. Another nice newsstand. This is the one where Silver Samurai. We noticed his flower kept getting bigger and bigger throughout the issue. Yeah,
every panel.
Yeah. I did manage to get this one, so that's nice. It's a direct edition, but I know we had just talked about it. I think this is going to be something I definitely give away for the show as well. So nice. First Legion right there. That was marked at $15, so I got it for $7.50.
Very nice. Yeah, looks like a nice copy too. So.
Yeah, it's crisp. I think the last New Mutants book was this one. This was 21. So I remember not being as fond of this particular issue, but I love the cover so much. So if I'm thinking of the right one, I know it's Slumber Party. Maybe I did give it a decent grade this read, but the cover I feel like is like iconic.
Yeah. Some of those covers are great.
Yeah. I did get one wall book. Let me see. Or one main wall book. Then there was a couple others that were not they were like the side wall that were, still a little pricey, but again, half off was not bad. The one wall book I did buy was this bad boy right here. Since we're on the New Mutants run, Amazing Heroes. This is issue number 16. This was it was marked at $60, so I got it for 30. Nice. And it's technically an earlier intro to the team. I think before the Marvel graphic novel. That's what they had noted. Right here as well.
Yeah, is it a preview? I'm not really too familiar with it.
I think it's New Mutants article predates. Okay, yeah, so it's the just an article. Awesome. So yeah, I think this was like a previews kind of thing.
It's a cool cover though.
Yeah, big time. I thought this was really neat. I don't know. It is Bob. Okay, so maybe I get this signed by Bob at Terrificon because this would be something nice to have.
Nice.
But really crisp. I mean, the white covers obviously
it looks good.
Always nice. Some let's see, some random DC I've mixed in here. Action Comics. I always try to look back to grab some of these. This is 451. So the 300s and early 400s is kind of where I've been aiming to collect more of. Obviously 300s for Neil Adams and stuff like that, but some Nick Cardy stuff too. I think is like early 300s. But yeah, always trying to find those covers. This Wonder Woman cover, I just thought this was gorgeous. This is issue number 317. So this isn't even the Bolin stuff, but little by little, I feel like I'm just going to own all this stuff. This Wonder Woman stuff, I just love.
It's good stuff. So
Yeah, hard to.
I love like
see
the
that.
early Wonder Woman stuff. Like that's something I've never had a chance to read it, but the covers alone are something that I look for.
Oh, big time. Yeah, like I always hear, and especially friends like Magic Lasso, they're always saying
Yeah.
the Perez run to really take time and read the Perez run. I that is on my list. At some point I will
Yeah,
get to the
him and John were breaking down that omnibus, weren't? I think they did volume 1 already.
Oh yeah. I think you're
Then I
right.
was like, they definitely like sparked my interest in trying to track down that omnibus to get it.
Yep. Candace says it's really cool. I love how the colors pop on the white background. Yeah, for that Amazing Heroes, that really
Absolutely.
is nice. Here is, I'm gonna try to hold off on some of the DC stuff. So here's this is the Transformers. I knew this just came out. This is issue number 18, but it's a variant. I don't know the ratio. It's a ratio variant of some sort because it was $20, but I just picked
I was gonna say, is this the RC cover? Because I saw that I think on one of your like videos from yesterday. I was like, that RC cover looked awesome.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Like I'm going bad. This is another one, dude. If you find any A covers, let me know from the earlier stuff. I know some of it's probably going up in price now or whatever, but
See, it's not too bad. I mean, the issue number 1 is, I think, maybe like $20 or something like that. But everything else is pretty reasonable, I think.
yeah, that's not too bad. Here's issue number 2, Miss Marvel. I missed this from earlier. I was looking back at my old list of what I was missing, and this was on there, so I was glad to find this one for a cheap $5 after the half off.
Very nice.
I got this one here. This is The Thing and Modrad. Don't really know who that is, but I was missing it. It's a nice water cover, Girl in Dispense, that kind of thing. Here are some of the. Let's see. Did these get mixed in? Hold on. Let me hold off on the Submariner because I want to do all the Submariner at once if I can. I don't know how I shuffled all these up. Here's a Marvel 2-in-1 with Thing and Vision. It's a cool cover.
Yeah, I love that cover.
Right. A couple bucks there. This is Wondar. Thing and Wondar for another Marvel 2-in-1. The Thing saving the day. Issue 57.
It's so great to grab like run fillers on this day because that book was $2.50. You're getting that book for like less than $1. It's amazing.
100%. Here's here's the let me see. I have all the Submariner here. Let's see, that's not Submariner. That's not. This technically is. I'll leave that. All right. So here, let's do some of the Submariner, and then I got some Lois. So this is
find some Lois, huh?
Yeah, they actually had a couple. Actually, on the side wall, they had a couple. So they were. I guess you can consider them wall books. So I guess I'm going to go backwards. So these are some. That's all shuffled. This is 68 here. Just some fillers that I want to.
I love the black suit Submariner.
Yeah, that's really cool. I've never really read anything with the black suit. So that's I mean, I'll have to at some point get to that. This is jumping up ahead a little earlier now. This is issue 22.
That's a key. I think that's the first time Doctor Strange appears in that costume.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the mask and everything. I think if that's the correct issue.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to look that up. It's a nice copy for, considering how old it is.
Awesome cover with the graveyard and
yeah, like this is so Halloween. Cool. This definitely saving this for October. Here's 21. Got the city on fire. Invader strike. You got him coasting up here in the top. Another nice one. Again, I literally went to the Submariner section and just grabbed the handful because I knew I wanted all these. This is 65. Another cool cover there.
Yeah, that's nice.
This chick is like, I don't know what's happening to her. She was like a demon turning into a girl or vice versa. Here's 64. Namor in trouble here. He's, not in a good position.
No. Bondage cover.
Yeah. 63. This is good. I got a lot that are clumped together in the mid 60s here. That's a cool position that he's in. Cool.
No, those covers are fantastic.
This is 37, issue 37. Little split, kind of a split cover here. And 31. Like I said, these kind of got shuffled around here a little bit, but a lot of them are in nice condition. A lot of not a lot of spine ticks or not too beat up. A lot of the colors are bright, which is really all I care about. This is issue number 30. This one has a couple of spine ticks, but that just fell. But that just has a good pose to it. Let's see. I'll put these down. So three more. So 72. So another one. This what is that? Oh, the slime thing. I don't know who that is, but that's 72. This is issue 25. Nice yellow cover here. Kind of standing tall amongst all the people that are down and out. And then I did go and find, I knew this was here as well. This is Tales of Suspense 79. This is a iconic cover here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Guy. And this was only $15. So 750. And it actually, you can't really tell here with the Mylar, but it does have a subscription crease down the middle, which I actually like. I kind of, for this era, I really am almost more for it because it just showed like the times and how.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not so much of a flaw rather than like a historic marker almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those things don't mind. It's kind of like date stamps. Like they don't really bother me.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Oh, there he is. One collection down. My man Phable in the chat. He says, "Real like Mayor, no good."
Starting early.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, believe me, all this and more on the show later for this Friday. If you guys are not following Phable, make sure you do so. I put his information down below. Phable was just talking about you earlier when I kicked this off. It really was such a great time hanging with you, dude. You and Herm. I can't, I that's been something I've been wanting to do for a long time, man. A long time to finally meet you guys in person. So
I know I was jealous. I was like, yeah, should I go up to Wayne? But I was like, I'm never gonna get up there that early.
Yeah. It's a hike.
All those stories like 6:30. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Shut up, Phable.
This is you guys know I buy this book anytime I see it. So I got a nice newsstand copy. This was only $10 with the sale. So it's a nice copy. Anytime I see these high grades, I see it going for $20 to $30 usually now. That's kind of the going rate. This is, I remember this book just being like a $5 book. You probably could still find it as a $5 book, if it's a little banged up or whatever, but my favorite Kitty Pryde cover, and I love the story in it. Kitty Pryde trying to convince Professor X to let her stay on the team because he removed her from the team last issue, and that's the one where she's like, "You're a jerk." Professor X is a jerk. She's so angry. So yeah, it's a great one. Candace, you still need this cover? All right, maybe I'll send you this cover then. Yes, you did. We got to get you that book, Candace. It's a great one. Let's see. All right, here's a couple of Lois books. This is early for me, 74. So a really nice bright purple and yellow. It's a really cool cover. I don't know who he's beating up here. The Superman's unbeatable rival. Beat him, Superman, or I'll have to become his wife. Dun dun dun.
It's amazing.
Come on, like who's walking by that and ignoring it? You got to pick it up.
I love the word bubbles on these covers. It's so great.
Oh, for sure.
Some of them are like small books. I'm like, so much worded bubble on this cover.
Yeah, dude. Here's another. So this is a book I always find, and it's always banged up. So I finally got a nice copy, nice bright yellow copy of this one. This says, "Strange. Lois was supposed to meet me here. I wonder where she is." And she looks like she's like frozen or in stone. She goes, "Superman, I'm here. I can't speak. I've been turned to snow." Okay, so she's like snow. "I'm melting to death in front of your eyes." And he's like, where is she?
The Snow Woman wept. What a great title.
So brutal. Plus another rose and the thorn shocker, whatever that is. I know they usually fit like 2 or 3 stories on some of these, but that was a nice find. That's issue 107 for anybody who was curious about that. Okay, here's some more Transformers. I got another like stack and a half here. So actually let me show these other Lois books off because I put these aside. These were the other wall books that I picked up that were very nice grade, like very high grade. So I'm going to go with, it's Lois and Jimmy. So 2 early 10-cent Jimmy books. This is number 41, issue number 41. So this, I got to kind of throw the blaming to my buddy Dave, Four Corners Comics, because he's collected a ton of Jimmy stuff. I know he's only like so many issues away from Jimmy and Lois completing those. This is, he's kind of inspired me to get more Jimmy. I've been buying the Lois stuff, but I've been looking at the Jimmy books, and I'm like, man, it's the same thing. Like just loving these front covers, the cheesiness of it.
Yeah, I do feel like they go hand in hand too. It's like if you collect Superman from that era, action from that era, Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane kind of go with that era and
Oh yeah,
those
big
titles.
time, big time. And a lot of the artists. I mean, I know Kurt Swan was doing a lot of this stuff, but like the art is just beautiful in this. This is Jimmy 46, so these are pretty early because I think they go to like 150 or something like that.
Yeah, 10
so
centers.
got Supergirl on the front there. Everybody watching Superman on TV. So it's another fun one. Jimmy Olsen, Orphan. And then this is the other lowest book I have. Another. This is early for me. This is issue number 35 and a nice bright cover.
Oh yeah.
Again, yeah. Anytime I can find a high grade of these books, because like I saw they did have a couple others that were beat up or whatever, but I always end up passing on them because it's just not what I'm looking for. We got
white
Damien
cover.
in the chat.
So
What's up, Sleepy Reader?
that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with that top and just the bright reds and everything. One book I'm definitely gonna need to buy at some point. I know it's a bit pricier. Is the one with Catwoman on the front? Like her first appearance.
I would just remember at Super Jersey where that one booth had it. I can't remember how much they had it for, but first appearance of Catwoman in what, Silver Age, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Damien says, "I love
crazy
seeing
that it's a Lois Lane book."
Yeah, seriously, right.
Awesome.
Yeah, I forgot. Like I forgot that was it. All right, switching over to some modern stuff, or at least a couple modern stuff, and then we go back to bronze. Jenny Frizen. This is Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives, issue number 4. I had passed on this just because I wasn't initially buying them, but this is just a beautiful cover.
Oh, I love the Universal Monsters runs.
Yeah,
I've absolutely loved them.
I'm starting to get more into just buying them because they're so iconic, and I do love the stories. This was one I passed on. I don't know if it's still going. It was like a mini series.
I think it's done now. I think right now is The Mummy is the one that they're on. So I think the ones they've done so far are Dracula was really good. Creature of the Black Lagoon was really good. I haven't read Frankenstein, and Mummy is currently being released.
Okay,
but Dracula was really good. Definitely check it out.
I've heard
artist and writer.
Yeah, I've definitely heard good stuff for those. All right, I have here's going back to Transformers, dude. I am so happy with the books I found. So I went back, I bought 18. This is just cover A because I'm like, I'm just gonna want all the cover A, so I might as well start now and go back and pick them up.
Daniel Warren Johnson covers are so awesome on this.
Yeah, dude,
it's fantastic.
And Fable was really like he made a good point. Like all these books are just they're just going to be so solidified in the history of comics with what Daniel Warren Johnson is doing, and obviously the Transformer fandom that's out there. Like this is just going to go down in history. So I do think these are really good books to pick up, just in general.
Yeah, I was also saying I think if they ever decide to relaunch the franchise as far as film, I think they would probably choose this as the base because it's so popular, it's so well done. I could just totally see them going off of this story. It's so good.
Yep, yeah, it's a good point. Candace is a big fan. She says Universal Monsters are good. What I've read so far, picked up Mummy yesterday. Jenny Frizen, Jenny covers are always fantastic. Obviously, that was shame on me for passing on that the first time around. Honestly, it makes no sense that I did that. All right, this is issue number 6, Transformers, the 4th printing. What's her name? Carly? Is that her name?
Yeah,
Carla.
It's Carly.
Carly. Just another beauty. And then this book right here that I'm about to show is it's a reprint that I saw Phable share, and I saw a few other people post it. And I'm like, damn, it's such an awesome cover. I love the angles, the close-ups, the posing. I'm talking about issue 11. This is the 3rd printing of this book, and the minute I saw it, I was like, I have to have this. I was so shocked that they had this in the bin.
A beautiful cover, awesome RC cover. This is one of my favorites from the run, for sure.
Yep, and I went there on Wednesday. Like I said before, I went looking through some of these sections. I went to Transformers. This book was not there on Wednesday, so it was like just meant to be. When I went back there and found this book, I was like, oh, like I literally out of all the think about all the different variants and all the different covers that I was like going after. Sure enough, they have it, and they had it for $3, half off at $1.50. Come on. Steal of a deal. Yeah, Transformers went through it. Yeah, that's They're as Fable was just saying, 100%, man. definitely going to go back and go after some of these earlier ones. This is random, and this is just these next two sets that I'm going to show you are just because I was standing in the section, and I just happened to be kind of going through it and found some real nice gems. So this is Conan issue number 37. I'm not known as getting too many of the Conan books, but just this looked fantastic. Steve, you collect any Conan at all, or you read any Conan?
No, not too much. I'll grab it if I see it for like good deals and stuff like that, keys, things like that. Really great covers though on a ton of them.
Yeah. Damsel in Distress. I mean, those types. I mean, that this series is all of that, right? Essentially, this is an earlier one. This is issue number 20, and this was a nice copy of this book here. So this was 20. Got it for $7.50. Some Mylar magic on that, but yeah, really happy. Yeah, he says if you see Conan, grab it. Neil Adams won Conan issue. On that Conan issue. Is that Neil Adams you're saying? Or is he saying that he's worked on Conan, Neil Adams? Either way, yeah, it's gorgeous stuff. And then same thing. So I was just standing, I was just in the Ghost Rider section. So here's issue number 5, Jim Lee cover here. I'm like, dude, I'll always buy Jim Lee, so it doesn't matter who it is. But I mean, Ghost Rider, he is badass. I haven't read a lot of Ghost Rider.
That's like the Ghost Rider I read when I was younger, like the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider.
Okay.
Definitely like my Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Nice newsy too.
Yeah, there's some really nice Ghost Rider Punisher covers.
At this, yeah. Oh, and this is 1990. So at this point, that's where it really kind of started to matter more with the newsstand stuff. This is issue number 7. Look at this cover. How dope is this? Mark Teixeira. Where is it? Yeah, Teixeira.
Yeah, Teixeira does a ton of covers for this run. They're all amazing.
Seriously, that was just so cool. Another nice newsy. I did go to Fantastic Four. I wanted to get more than I did for Fantastic Four. By the time I got there, wasn't as much that I was hoping to see. But some of the later stuff. So this is 217 that I picked up. Just another beautiful cover of the team there. I really have been getting more and more into, reading just the original run of FF. So with that, been buying more. Obviously the film, I'm so excited for that. I can't believe it's going to be here in like 2 months. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's coming up quick.
Yeah. 235 right there. The team getting flipped around and shot by these eyes. I don't know what's happening exactly. It doesn't look good. And then that's 235, 231, Nightmare in the Negative Zone. It's really cool. I thought that was Magneto for a second. Is it Magneto? It really does look like him, doesn't it? Kind of. I mean, I don't know what's going on the chest and all that stuff, but either way, it's the Negative Zone. My man Rod the Rican in the chat. What's going on, Rod? Thanks, Phable. Appreciate you, brother. See, my dad says, I got to figure out how to change my screen name to Papa No Good.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad. Next thing you know, people are going to go to their Comic Cons and look for you under P instead of G. This is so I'm missing the middle issue. It's 349. This was just a really, really beautiful cover. The team and some. Which this is who is this? Arthur. Yeah, Arthur Adams. Yeah, that's just nice. Like really great stuff. Anybody that was reading it at that time, I know Herm said this was all his childhood. 349, and then 351. So I need to get 350. That'll be on my list. But another cool cover there. Classic AA indeed. And then the last batch before I have this last batch, and then I have just a couple trades from Zapp. So this is like again, like very, very last minute. I remember walking around with Herm at the very end, and we just went over to the Black Panther section. So this book, I couldn't remember if I had it or not, and I probably do, but I was like, it's $250, so I'm going to buy it again. Just with him and Storm on the front cover. This was the more recent, I guess a year ago, this run was going on. I did buy some of the other ones from this era, but the artwork is so beautiful. So I got that. Then I did find some Hudlin stuff that John and I, we've been breaking down. So, and John actually just posted this cover. I didn't read this issue yet, but this is issue 34. But man, beautiful cover. Yeah. Just a beautiful cover there. So again, that was marked at $4, so I got it for $2. I did get issue 19, so we read up to 18. So this is like the next one in, and we got Doom going on the front. So 18 was the wedding. I still need to get that wedding issue at some point, but that was fun to read. I do have to jump back into this because we wanted to.
Speaking of, this is
break down.
I grabbed this when I was at Zapp. You're speaking of the wedding issue.
Oh, you did? Nice, dude. Hell yeah, dude! For $10, $5.
Yeah.
They had the deal there, right? I assume.
Yeah. So, and I love this cover. I know you guys have just like broken it down. I'm like, I gotta get this.
Yeah, dude. You absolutely. It's a great issue. Like it really. I thought it was done really well. Like the wedding itself, I thought was done. I mean, for such a big event, think about being the writer and having that responsibility of like,
yeah,
okay, I got to knock this out of the park. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna do it? Like, So I thought that was really well done. This is 21. Had to get it. My boy Namor on the front there again. More Hudlin. So I thought that was good. Again, I will get into that. This is Garcia doing the artwork on this one. And then from the early stuff, I did get issue number 11. Again, this is the second time I bought this book, but it's just such a great cover, man. And I'm getting it for $250. Like, come on. These were really fun. This might have been one of my favorite issues of the first 18. So yeah, just really great when he teams up with Luke Cage. It's really funny stuff. And then Blade and everybody else that comes in. These are Hudlin, but this came from the later set because Hudlin had done a couple. So I just grabbed these because they were beautiful covers. They're J. Scott Campbell covers, so I had to go with these as well. So still Hudlin, but this is with the Dark Reign stuff. Yeah, this is issue number 3. Again, $5, got it for $250. Really beautiful. And then issue number 4, Hudlin. And another Campbell cover. I love it with the Panther and everything there. It's really nice. So
yeah, those are awesome.
Both steals there. Yeah. And then finally the let's see. I mean, I did get the actual. Let me just get this over real quick. These are all free comics. It's funny because I have all the free comics, but I'm over here showing all the things I paid for. So these are like the trades in the bigger book or bigger stories that I had picked up. So this is all blaming on Herminio. I will again show these off on Friday, but he's like, all right, he's like, well, you're doing Transformers, you're doing Void Rivals, you got to get into the the G.I. Joe stuff. Stevie, honestly, you're probably partially blaming here for this one too. So I'll throw your name in there as well because we were talking about this stuff. Scarlet,
the Duke run is awesome, and I really enjoyed the Scarlet run too.
Yeah, I heard there, but I think Herm said this was his favorite one, Scarlet.
Yeah, they're both amazing.
The set there, so I got Destro. So all these were again half off from cover price. So they're what $14 or whatever it is. $15. So half off. Got all three of them, I should say. They didn't have Cobra Commander. They didn't have. There's one other one, I think, right? I think there was one other.
I know there's Cobra. I don't know. I can't remember. It's like, Josh Williams. Rod says it's good. Yep, agreed. Yeah. Oh, that was the Duke one. Yeah, like I started reading Duke last night. I already love the connections with Transformers. Like that's all great. I knew it was coming. Like I saw it when I was reading that first, Transformers, set. The Duke one is was one of my favorite books last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Great things. So I'm glad that connected it the way it did. And of course, Transformers Book 1, the hardcover, dude, half off, man. Come on, $25 for this thing.
That's nice. What
a beauty. I actually saw these when you and I were together at Super Jersey. I saw that one of the vendors had this one and the Decepticon. They had like the 2 versions or whatever.
Yeah,
but of course they were probably the full price or whatever. So really nice. This is 12 issues, first 12 issues. Nice hardcover. So happy to have that. I probably will get the Decepticon at some point. I'll wait for the sale though. But $25. Come on. So those were like the readers that I got, and then I did get. Hang on, let me just get this real quick. I did get a couple things. So we went to A&S Comics, and it wasn't like they didn't have a sale per se. By the way, anyone who has been watching this, or if you're watching the replay, all the stuff I just showed, that was all at Zapp Comics. Please go check them out. Please visit them, support them. If you're ever in the area, go check out their stores. I put their link in the description below for their Instagram account. I obviously talk about them all the time. If you guys follow my channel, you know how big of a supporter I am of Zapp and how great they are. The people that work there, it's so nice seeing, especially at an event like this where you see a lot of their employees hanging out there. And I feel like I've made friends with so many of them. They're also nice people. It's just a fun hangout on Free Comic Book Day. So check them out. And support them if you can. Now the stuff I'll show real quick here is all of the stuff I picked up from A&S Comics, which this is the stack. Again, nothing was on sale, and I did get one reader, which I'll show you that too. I keep calling them readers. One trade. This is so all this. None of this stuff was like on any sale of any sort. They did have the free comic stuff, so I grabbed. You could grab 5 there. Zapp Comics, you could grab as many as you wanted as far as like all the different issues. So I did grab one of almost everything. But I went back, and again, there's a lot of blaming on Phable and Herminio, but we were just standing around looking at the new stuff. I passed on this earlier, but Godzilla versus Fantastic Four, I really should be checking this out. I love Godzilla. The Fantastic Four stuff's great. So just want to see what these are all about, even if it's cheesy or corny or whatever. The artwork I'll check out. I think I'll enjoy that for what it is. Godzilla versus the Hulk. This variant I missed out on before, so had to go back and get that one. Thought that was really cool. Them being kind of the same size there in this one. I know technically Godzilla's a lot bigger. Another one I passed out on this one, or not passed. On this one. Yeah, so I had to go back and get this again. All Fable's fault.
I grabbed the one that came out. I absolutely love that Black Cat cover.
Yeah, I'm glad they had more. And so I did. I just read issue 2. I loved it. I know issue 3 is I think coming out this week.
And I mean, you need those crossover books now, man. That's your thing. So
right.
Crossover things.
Yep, it's true. Hey, if anything, I gotta get Mon Comics Brandon to buy these too. So
exactly.
Drag him down with me. A couple others. So this is totally Herminio, all Herminio's fault. He really it makes sense. Like I love Mark Brooks, and I really should be buying anything he does in this time, because it's just going to be stuff we look back at and like I'm going to say, man, I wish I was buying the Ghost Spider stuff when I could have. And I did buy a couple issues, but I didn't buy like in a row all of them. There were just ones that caught my eye, but I know, like, just looking at them again, I'm like, they're all so awesome. They really are gorgeous covers. So I haven't been reading the run. I think Herminio said he read the first 5 issues or whatever. Stevie, are you reading this at all?
No, that's not currently. I mean, I might be picking them up. I don't think I specifically, maybe a couple issues here and there for covers, but not something I'm like subscribed to as far as like reading each week.
Gotcha. Thanks, Timmy. Appreciate it, man. This I do want to give a shot to this. Maybe I'll read it for the Marvel Unlimited stuff since they released the earlier issues and see how it goes. Candace says yes. I have a few of the Godzilla issues. Carlos wants to read them with me. They have a Chicago one too, but I haven't picked that up yet. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize they had the Chicago one.
Yeah, they're doing releases where it's like Godzilla versus a city. So there was like Godzilla versus Chicago. I think there's like Godzilla versus LA. I don't know if that's come out or is coming out. Like, so they're doing it like in different settings, which I thought was pretty cool. When I heard the Chicago one was good, I haven't read it yet.
Nice. Okay. Very cool. I'll have to keep an eye out for that too then.
There's just so much Godzilla right now. It's hard to keep track.
You're right. Because I'm like, I bought one. I thought I just bought, the one, but there's like different stories. I didn't realize that. This is Batman 158. This is tying into the new Hush series. I had passed on the J. Scott Campbell stuff before, an idiot, man. I'm like, man, I really wish I went and bought that. So now they had it, so I was able to redeem myself. But really good stuff. We did just read this for the book club that Kate runs last month. So or not this, sorry, we read the original Hush. So
I love the Harley and Ivy in like the bottom corner of that cover. It's so awesome.
Yes,
so great.
Totally agree. Yeah, really good stuff. Godzilla Overload right now. Yeah, for sure. It's cool that
there's like Carlos 5 Godzilla titles. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. What's they're taking over. I did miss this one before, so this is issue number 7 from Absolute Wonder Woman. I need to catch up to this. I really want to. I'm just there's so many things right now, and I just need to take some time to read to catch up to the Absolute stuff because I've read a couple issues of each one. I loved what I read, so I just need to get into it more and take some time. So maybe later today, after the Yankee game, I'll dive into reading this, catching up on this. Of course, I got all these other new things to read, so now it's like delaying me. Some other things to read. This is totally Herminio's fault and Phable. These are all, I'll just hold them all up. These are all the silent issues. Did you pick these up?
I picked them up. Yeah. They're pretty great.
I'm only missing one. This is that's Beachhead there. That's Jinx. I heard the Jinx one's really good. So yeah, there's one other one I think I'm missing because I'm going back to Duke now. So Duke and Spirit. Spirit looks really cool, by the way. The artwork looks great. I'm excited to read them. All this stuff.
Yeah, I'm just getting all that stuff now. All the Energon Universe stuff it's been so good. I'm like, okay, just put it all in my pull box.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Two final things here for on my end. This is so this is like I was like looking to buy one wall-ish book or book that had a little chunk to it as far as cost wise. And I was going back and forth between this, a Dracula Lives a magazine, a few other things. Phable, it's completely his fault regardless. I ended up settling on this, and of course this is like the horror stuff that I see. Coco, Steven from Instagram, and a few other guys, the Ghoul Division sharing a ton of horror stuff right now. So this bad boy, Dead of Night, issue number 4. At a very fine. This is a John Romita cover. I couldn't figure out what stood out when I was first looking at it. I'm like, man, what a beautiful cover. Obviously just stunning. And then I look it up, and of course it's Romita on the front cover here. So
yeah, that is awesome.
And senior, for those, just to clarify, like Romita, I will buy his work from this era anytime. And I don't have this, so and I am going down the horror rabbit hole a little bit. Not the pre-code stuff, but definitely the Bronze Age. That's, as of right now, still affordable. Who knows in the next couple of years? I feel like since pre-code's so expensive, people are going over to the Bronze more now, and even that's starting to get more expensive. So
yeah,
trying to grab what I can.
Horror is just a popular genre, so a lot of people gravitate towards it. But that is an awesome cover. I love the moon and like the tree.
Yeah, dude.
Like like that back building and stuff like that. I just absolutely love. So makes it so creepy and like classic horror vibes.
Big time. I don't know if anybody's following the current hashtag that the Ghoul Division is doing over on Instagram, but they are doing full moon May, full moon cover May, I think is the actual hashtag. So you guys should check that out. I've been looking now at all my books. I'm like, what else can I post for that has a nice full moon on it that's dark and eerie. The last book here, this was the trade that I picked up. Again, another blaming for Phable because he had pointed this out, and I was like, I can't pass on this. It's Jason Aaron. It is Scalped. This is book 1 of Scalped. It was 50% off, so that was a little bit of a nice sale there. So if you guys, I've always heard good things about Scalped. I love Jason Aaron. Anything he does, I will absolutely give it a shot to. This was initially $25. Got it half off. Stevie, have you ever read Scalped before?
I have not. It's been recommended to me a ton. I've never read it. I do like Jason Aaron stuff though, so I should probably give it a shot. I'm so backed up on trades and individual issues and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
the book I was looking for as far as trades. I was looking for the precious metal trade, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I was really bummed. That was something I was really hunting for.
Man, I didn't even think to look for that, the precious metal, because I do want to read that at some point. Little Bird too. I still haven't read Little Bird. Anyways, just trying to show some of the artwork here, some really cool stuff. But I'm gonna give this a shot at some point because it's Jason Aaron. But couldn't say no. Even the back there.
I heard good things.
Yeah. My dad says, getting into horror. Can I share a secret? What's the secret, Dad? What is the secret? Oh yeah, Sleepy said IDW and Marvel and DC are all doing Godzilla. That's why it feels like it's just madness.
Yeah, it's just a ton of books.
Yeah. They did give me these really cool stickers, by the way. This is a guy, my buddy Blind Science. I couldn't remember the name. Blind Science. I met him before. He was at ZappCon 2 years ago when I first did my table, and he and I we sat next to each other, got to know him, and yeah, he does these cool little sticker tabs for your, little separators if you want for organizing your bins. So
That's awesome.
yeah, give him a little plug here too. Blindscience.com if you guys are interested.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Right now I'm just using a label maker. So
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. If you're looking for some
much,
cool stuff,
those are much cooler.
yeah, and he does like coasters and stuff like that too. But yeah, a really nice guy, local guy. He goes to, I think he shops over at Zapp as well.
Oh, wow.
I think other than that, and then I have all the new comics, which I won't, I'll just gotta talk about it as we go. But I wanted to see what you got, Stevie, on your hunting for yesterday's free comic book day.
So I didn't go too crazy this year. Like I was trying to take it easy. But I did grab some stuff. So I'll show you. This is some of the bigger stuff, I guess, that I grabbed. Nothing, like I said, nothing too crazy. I got to Zapp pretty late. I think I got there around like 9:30.
Okay.
So
was there a line? Did they get a line there?
They did. Like I heard the line had basically gone up until like I had gotten there, and I saw a video of the line was pretty long for a while. So it was, and they always do. So I wasn't too surprised. I just knew I wasn't going to get up that early to get online early. So I was like, I might as well just sleep in and go. But plus I wasn't really looking for anything too crazy. In years past, like I've gone and like checked out their wall like earlier in the week and stuff, and been like, oh, let me see if there's anything I really want to get here early for and try and grab, I have gotten some great deals in the past. I got that Wolverine 1-4 run, the Claremont and Frank Miller run.
Oh yeah.
Nice. In years past, and like some really awesome like first series Joker stuff.
Nice.
But this year I just wasn't really like in the market. So I got there when I got there, and just kind of looked around. I grabbed like some stuff for my Avengers run. That I went through. I just went through basically their whole Avengers, what they had left, and anything that was like in nice condition, I grabbed basically that I didn't have.
From what? Just like the whole run, the original.
So I'm focusing on Avengers basically this year, and I'm almost done with between in the 200s. So they didn't have. I don't think there was anything below 100. So but with this, I just picked up anything. So 100 to 200, 200 to 300. And so on. I'm basically trying to go up to 400. So I was just grabbing whatever I could.
Are you trying to get the early stuff too? Like
I eventually will. It's I mean, that's when that stuff starts getting kind of pricey. So I said I would focus on 100 to 200 and 200 to 300 first.
I see.
But if I see stuff like I picked up keys and stuff along the way that I've seen, but I haven't like focused on that just yet.
Yeah, so, honestly, even like those early 100s are still, some of them can be pretty pricey, at least, high grade.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
And they're nice, but I mean, the artists at that time are like some of my favorites. Before you start, I just want to highlight, my dad said he just agreed to do some new work.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be a Living Dead book with American mythology from Tarman. Oh, that's really cool. Featuring Tarman. So, yeah, that's really cool, Dad. Oh, I'm excited for that. Some Living Dead stuff. Interesting. Awesome. Well, let me know as this stuff's starting to come out. I'd love to keep an eye out for it.
A big zombie fan, so
yeah,
that's awesome
though. So what you got there, my friend?
So by the time I got to Zapp, like I said, they had been pretty busy. Their wall was basically picked. I didn't even grab a wall book. I was looking at Runaways #1. But it wasn't in great condition, and I was just like, nah, that's all right. I don't need it. I was gonna get I asked to see it off the wall. If it was in really nice condition, I would have taken it. But so besides that, I focused on, like I said, my Avengers run, and then after that, I went to basically start picking like I like what crossed my mind is stuff that maybe people hadn't gotten to yet. So I went to Wonder Woman and grabbed like everything Adam Hughes for Wonder Woman. Same thing with Catwoman. Yeah, I just went and grabbed every Catwoman Adam Hughes cover I could find. So then I was just kind of like, so I got a bunch of that stuff, but this was one of the Adam Hughes covers that I grabbed.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Which I just absolutely love this cover.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great one.
And then, like I said, I got the Black Panther wedding cover by Frank Cho, which I love this cover with Iron Man and Captain America at the bottom, just
Oh
like
yeah,
staring each other
staring.
off.
Yep,
It's so
yep,
great.
yeah. Because that was so awkward, that scene. You remember that? Like, it's a very
Yeah.
intense scene.
Like when you were talking about it, it's so weird that they did like this event inside an event. Like
Yeah.
Civil War is going on, which was Shield,
Right.
and then you have this wedding also in there. It's like it was weird that they decided to do it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then this is another book I grab every time I see it. One of my
Yeah.
favorite Swamp Thing.
I blame
covers
you
of
when I
all
bought that
time.
book.
Jason Fabok I just
Yeah.
absolutely love this cover. So I think that's like my third or fourth copy of that book, but it's just every time I see it, I have to grab it.
Nice Christmas cover too.
Aliens vs. Predator. First time Alien and
Ooh,
Predator
hell
in a
yeah.
comic.
Oh, dude. You got how much? $8?
Well, yeah, so I got this
$4.
for $4. I have this book too, so I had a couple copies of that one too. But I think it's kind of like an undervalued key. First time you get Aliens and Predators in a comic.
Yeah.
And then this is one of my favorite Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn sets. So this is the Warren Lau Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy #2. So that's the Ivy.
Ooh, yeah.
This I got from my local shop. So this one I got from Comic Crypt.
Okay. Yeah.
And they had 50% off back issues and 25% off wall books. So this one
nice.
was that was $15 for that set. So not bad at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And then I grabbed 2 wall books from that shop. So I grabbed a copy of Airboy.
Hell yeah. Stevie.
Which I have this issue, but this was a really, really nice copy.
Oh, nice.
It's nicer than the one I had. So I was like, I'm gonna grab that. And then this book, which I had been eyeing for at my local shop, I for like months, and I just never bought it. So I'm glad I waited. It was 25% off, but the Action Comics,
yes,
$8.94, first appearance of Death in the DCU.
Yeah,
probably my all-time favorite Death cover by David Finch. Just such a great book.
I love Death, man. I've definitely seen that cover a lot. Really great.
So yeah, like I said, I grabbed a bunch of Wonder Woman, Adam Hughes covers. I don't have to show all that stuff off and stuff, but I grabbed a bunch of those. I grabbed a bunch of the Catwoman, Adam Hughes covers.
Yeah.
I always grab Star Wars Volume 1 on these things. So any Star Wars Volume 1 that I don't have, because 50% off on that stuff is fantastic.
Sure, absolutely. Happy Star Wars Day, by the way.
Yeah, happy May the 4th. And then as far as like trades go, this was like the big trade that I got, which I was super pumped about actually, which is Darkness Volume 1. Ooh. This is the hardcover.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I was so pumped about this.
Who did the artwork? Is that
Silvestri?
It is, right? Okay.
This was like his title for
right. Dude, that's a nice hardcover.
Dude, it's fantastic. It collects Darkness 1 through 18, Tales of Darkness 1 through 4 and 1/2.
Wow.
The Darkness Prelude and Witchblade 10, 18, and 19. So I loved Darkness when it first came out. So this was something I was really happy to get like in my collection in a really nice hardcover volume.
Yeah. Can I see the little smiles in the bottom?
Oh yeah.
Look at the eyes glowing.
So
dude.
fantastic.
That's so wicked.
It's such a great, fun, like comic. Like I remember reading it when I was younger, and it just being like, it wasn't anything like groundbreaking, but it was so much fun and like dark and cool. And I absolutely loved Darkness when I was younger. So it was something I wanted for a while. So I was like, oh, half price. I'm definitely picking this up. So normally 50, got it for 25 for a really, really nice hardcover edition of that book.
Absolutely.
I grabbed a copy of Nightcrawler #1. The 1 through 4, another book that I grab all the time. Again, another book I probably have 3 copies of.
Yep. Like that's a good one. That's
something I always grab when I see. And then then the rest was just like I said, mostly like Adam Hughes stuff, just stuff that I thought like I would get value for.
Sure.
And that was basically it. But yeah, awesome, this was definitely my big like what I was most excited to grab was the Darkness hardcover.
Dude, it always feels like such a win when you can get those nice hardcovers and you're getting them at half off, like brand new and still sealed, like it's just such a great feeling.
Yeah, so what it is like I'll grab trades to read that I either missed out on or didn't collect right off the bat.
Yeah.
But normally when I read them, after I read them, like I might give them away or sell them if anyone is interested or anything like that. Like they're not something I super like hold on to.
Yeah.
But what I've wanted to do is start going back and like when it comes like omnibuses and hardcovers and stuff like that is like getting these nice editions for my personal collection for like my bookshelf and like my, stuff that I display.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's definitely something that's worth it on a 50% sale. So I was like, that'll be the trade we get this time.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, they present so well on the shelf as well. They just look really nice, and then just another nice way to read. And usually, sometimes those hardcovers are even bigger, paper wise than the typical, comic book size for some of
that. And you usually get like some bonus stuff in there too, like covers and behind the scenes a little bit and stuff like that too. So it's cool.
Yep, for sure. Awesome, man. Well, thanks for sharing.
Awesome day for sure.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm glad you picked up a lot of gems. Like I said before, man, it was really nice to meet with Herm and Phable, and we ended up going to a bar later just to grab some lunch, and Lady No Good came out with us too, so we all kind of went out for some lunch, and then the guys drove back probably by like 3:00 or so. So it was a long day. I mean, we were together since 6:30 in the morning, and the line, like I said, it was not too bad for where we got on. If we waited, it's crazy. It was like almost 6:40 when we got on the line, and it was like maybe 15 people ahead of us. And I think they let like total of 30 people in, in the first wave.
Yeah.
And by the time, literally like 20 minutes, it was like 7:02. I looked back and the line like doubled. Immediately, and then it got even longer by 8:30 or by 7:30. It was just
I remember seeing your video of when you guys left the shop and the line when you guys left. I was like, when they're leaving and the line's that long.
Yeah, man, it was like just as long as when we went in. Like it was just nonstop. And like they do a really good job trying to make sure that the store is not too crowded, where you can still manage to shop and not, sure, there are moments where you're kind of bumping in, you got, especially when you're carrying a box around or you're elbow to elbow with certain people, but it's still breathable enough where you can get around, and if you want to get to one section of the store, you can do so. So I appreciate that they do that at Zapp, that they kind of
it's the way to do it. If you just let everyone in, it's gotta be chaos, even more so than it already is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was nice, and I mean, we were in there for like an hour and a half. I think by the time we got it, we were there at 8. It must have been, oh no, maybe longer than that. I think maybe we left around 10 or so, whether we got out of there. I'm trying to think. It was just so weird because we were like, wow, we have the whole day ahead of us. It's only 10 o'clock, like what we do first.
Yeah.
We, grabbed breakfast, we grabbed some bagels, and we went over to A&S, and we went to my house. We came back to my house first, dropped our books off because we didn't want to leave our books in the heat in the car and all that stuff. So we did that, and then we got going and went over to A&S since I live not too far from there. But successful day. Kind of glad it was not rainy. I thought it was going to be rainy. I know today's rainy. At least where I'm at.
It was supposed to rain like all day yesterday and kind of held out, so it was fantastic.
Yeah, it worked out. Yeah, it was a beautiful day. God, I keep thinking about how we barely missed that downpour over in Super Jersey last week.
So it was not raining when I left Super Jersey, but the parking lot I was in was like a disaster. I don't like it. I'm still getting like mud off my car. It's like ridiculous.
That's what I thought about. I was like, I'm glad that it stopped because it, that quick downpour, then it stopped. But then I'm like, I knew where we parked. I was like, oh shoot, man, that baseball field dirt, like
I was walking through this. I'm like, this is going to be with me for the rest of my life.
I had my Jordans on too. I was like, I'm like tiptoeing in my Jordans and trying not to get anything messed up. But yeah, no, that was fun. That was a fun show. All right, gang. Well, hey, that's what we had for Free Comic Book Day. Thanks for everybody in the chat who's hanging out right now. Appreciate you guys hanging out on a Sunday afternoon. Stevie Mets are playing right now. Are they?
Yeah, they have a doubleheader. They got rained out yesterday, so they had a game at 1, and then they have another game at 6 tonight. So I was like, oh, at least watch baseball most of the day on Sunday and just relax.
Yeah, absolutely. Yankees are losing horribly. They just gave them another run. That's not good. 5-0 Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
they have our number, man. I don't know. Anyways, well, again, appreciate everybody hanging. Hope everybody was able to get some really cool stuff at Free Comic Book Day. Again, go support your local comic shops any chance you get. If you guys are in the Zapp Comics area in New Jersey, definitely go check them out, and A&S Comics as well. Just great people all around. I will be over on Fable's channel this Friday 9 o'clock Eastern for Blame Fable show. So definitely check that out. I put his information in the description below. I put Herminio's links in the description below as well. They'll both be hanging out on Friday. And Stevie, I'll add your links to the description here after we sign out. But definitely,
cool.
you guys should be subbing up over to Stevie and hit him up over on Instagram too. Yeah, so hopefully doing some more live streams. I don't have any Omni X-Men's coming up this Tuesday, but this Wednesday I will have another a Comic Collector Origins with my buddy Dave from Four Corners. So looking forward to that.
Nice.
To kind of launch off the summer, because I'll be going on a little bit of a break with that show after this Wednesday. So otherwise, yeah, we'll wrap this up. So appreciate everybody. Smash that like button on the way out. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.